Hello guys, this is Avcoor, and this video is important to me because we need to talk about this idea, this concept of damage. And I want to pose a question to you guys. What do you think is the most potent form of damage? Is it elemental damage or is it non-elemental damage? And I want to put this to the floor and answer it. So let's go into a character that I am a huge fan of. So let's go to Barrett. I'm a big Barrett fan. Everybody knows this. Whoever watches my channel, I'm a big Barrett fan, right? So let's go to Barrett, and this is where we'll start out the conversation of elemental damage. Heavy Hauser is actually a very strong non-elemental damage weapon because you get 940% physical non-elemental damage. Non-elemental damage is good for the simple fact is that you don't have resistances. You never get resistances except on certain enemies will actually resist non-elemental damage, but for the most part, non-elemental damage goes unresisted. Another aspect of non-elemental damage that you can say is a plus is you don't need any modifiers to increase the damage. In order to compensate for the lack of modifiers, the non-elemental damage weapons will be at a high modifier already. Like you'll have 940 here, but let me go and show you. Let's go to Sephiroth. So we'll look at Sephiroth and we'll look at his weapon. So we'll just go to weapons to really check Sephiroth's weapon. All right. So let's go to filter and we'll go down here and you'll see that this is a consistent trend. Like Shinra Blade Model 1. All right. So Shock Blast. It'll hit 940 magical non-elemental damage. So there's always a high multiplier on non-elemental weapons for a single target attack. So keep that in mind when you use non-elemental weapons. You're looking for a non-elemental weapon to do a high modifier of damage. So we'll go to Cloud's weapon, which is the Apocalypse. Same difference. You're getting 940% physical non-elemental damage. But notice that there's a boost attack here. And there's a boost when potency multiplier. So why isn't this not good for an elemental weapon? Why does this suck? First of all, with non-elemental weapons, you don't have that many multipliers to begin with. So this is a physical non-elemental damage attack. So boost attack does both, right? It does both magic and physical attack. That's not good because you're not maximizing your overall offensive potential. So let's go back to Sephiroth's weapon. You're getting another boost attack. That's really not good because you're actually looking for physical, magical attack. The R ability says that, okay, you can use either or, but that's never good. But unlike Cloud, he has the boost ability potential. So when his attack stance hits a certain level, he'll get a bonus. So that offsets the weakness. But the thing about non-elemental weapons is you have to stack your bonuses in a way that it skews to one side. So let's look at Bear's weapon again. It does the same thing. You have boost ability potential and you have boost attack. The boost ability potential actually offsets the weakness. So let's go to Aerith. Where's it at? We're looking at Tempest Force. Yeah. See, they're really cucking you right here on the boost attack And then you get boost limit break potential, which is only good for one of her skills. So that's the problem with non-elemental weapons is the simple fact that the multipliers on them are high, but outside of that, there's no way to boost them. Let's put on the filter real quick, and we'll start slowly moving into elemental weapons. So let's set an R ability, and you'll see there's a whole section right here of elemental potency that will actually improve the modifier of your elemental attacks. So you're only going to improve non-elemental weapons on stats, but elemental potency can be built off stats and elemental potency, and that's the big difference. When you look at overall damage potential, you'll see that elemental weapons actually have a high potential for elemental damage and in turn overall damage potential. So let's look at one of Cloud's better weapons. Let's look at Murasame. Why do people build Murasame over Apocalypse? There's a reason for that. First of all, Thunderstrike is a lightning elemental attack that will only hit 750 physical lightning damage, right? So it's only going to do physical damage. But look at his R abilities. You're getting boost physical attack and boost lightning potential. This is where elemental weapons exceed the overall damage potential of non-elemental weapons. Because first of all, the devs have skewed it. So not only is he boosting his physical attack, which is all he does, he's actually getting boost lightning potential as well. But when you combine this with Cloud's costume, the damage is even higher, right? It's even higher. So let's look at our abilities, elemental potency, and let's just put lightning in. Let's filter it out. Let's look at lightning. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weapons that actually increase lightning potency, just in my set. And I'm not a will. And in order to hit your max potency on lightning elemental damage, you got to hit 100 points. So let's say right here we have 18 points. So that'd be 9. That'd be another. This will actually be 18 points. This would be your main slot. In your main slot. So this is 9. And this is 4. And you can only have 3. So, and this is 3. So you get 9, 4. So that's 7. So that's 7. And this is 9. That's 15. Plus 18. So that's 15 plus 18. You're actually hitting into 4 bin. You're actually hitting into a 4 bin. And that's not bad. That's not bad in order to multiply your lightning potency because, let me see. Because broadsword axes actually boosts physical attack and you boost your lightning potential. So when you look at elemental weapons actually have the potential to actually do more damage than a non-elemental weapon could ever do. And there's multiple ways in order for you to increase its overall power. So when you look at a weapon like Murasame, you're looking at the foundation of a good elemental weapon setup. And there are tons of weapons like this. Like Cloud gets like 2, which is boost attack and boost water potential in his maritime sword. But when you look at Sephiroth actually gets 1 as well. He gets the edge wings, which boosts his max attack and you boost ice potency. So let's filter this and look at elemental potency. Let's boost ice. Let's filter out. So I only have 1. I personally only have 1 weapon that can do that. But think about if you had more weapons that could do that. And of course, I have Sephiroth's costume. That allows me to actually boost this weapon even higher. And this weapon has an 800 magic ice damage. So that's better than the 750 that you would normally get with Cloud on his lightning weapon, which is extremely high. 549 magic attacks is extremely high. So the potential in order to increase your damage with elemental weapons is extremely high compared to the regular non-elemental weapons that you get. And to be honest, 940 compared to 800 is not a big hurdle to climb as far as damage goes when you have so many multipliers to begin with. That's why costumes are so important. So there's one thing I would like to show you and then we'll end the video. And let's talk about costumes for a second when it comes to elemental damage and non-elemental damage. Scrap armor is the reason why Barrett is so good at non-elemental damage. But the simple fact is he's getting two multipliers. He's getting boost attack and boost physical attack. That's in one piece of equipment. I can't stress how important that is for you to develop and fashion a character set that can do non-elemental damage. There's not many characters that have that. Potentially, Tifa actually has a higher aptitude to do non-elemental damage, but she doesn't have the costume that would support it. So I actually give it to Barrett because they actually designed Barrett to do a lot of non-elemental damage. But let's go to Cloud, and you'll actually see that Cloud's damage output is actually superior to Barrett, which I don't like, but it is what it is. This is supposed to tell you the truth. I can't be biased. And you would say like Avcoor, that's boost physical attack plus 5 points. That's not a lot. But look at Levin Blade Arcanum. Levin Blade Arcanum is so potent for the simple fact is it gives you a raw ability damage of plus 35%. That's insane. That's absolutely ridiculous that you would actually get access to something like that. And that just puts Cloud over the top because this is a pure damage modifier. That means every lightning attack that he deals, you actually have a multiplicative factor of 35%, which is really crazy. And you have boost physical attack, which actually buffs the attack that he's doing, since it's only physical attack. Like with Barrett, it actually has to stack, right? You actually have to stack boost attack with boost physical attack. That's why they give him both, because he doesn't have a multiplier that is 35%, and he never will on this armor. So his overall damage potential is lower. But what you can say is that if he fights an enemy that he doesn't have an elemental advantage against, he can still do damage. But when you look at party, look how everybody builds their parties. Lightning 1, Lightning 2, Lightning 3, Fire 1, Fire 2, Fire 3, Ice 1, Ice 2, Ice 3, Water 1, Water 2, Water 3, Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3, Wind 1, 2, and 3. That's letting you know that for the most part, elemental attacks are generally preferred. And I'm not saying that non-elemental damage is bad. It's just it takes a lot of resources to make it good. Whereas if you didn't, and you just invested in certain teams that did certain elemental damages, you'll get more out of it. And I'll end it there. You can comment and tell me if I'm wrong or not, but for the most part, the general idea is to focus on elemental advantages and not just stack power. But anyways, if you like my content, like, share, subscribe button. I'll get back to you. Have a great day and goodbye.